Hey y'all, it's Miracle. I'm back with another review of BET Presents The Encore. I got my notes, we got our show, and we gonna get right into it. So episode 3 picks up right where episode 2 left off. Keely is still speaking with Felicia, who lets it be known that she thinks that Keely does want to be in the group, but she's just scared. And I can agree with that. Keely has now been a part of 2 groups that are no longer together, and from what we know, there seems to be conflict in both groups. So it's reasonable for her to be a little jaded, and maybe she is all sung out, honey, and does not want to be a girl group anymore. But creative director, question mark. So she ascends the olive branch and she's like, we're just gonna clean the slate. We don't need any more drama. We're moving forward. But we all know ain't no moving forward in this house. So then we get back to the other room, and Shamari is talking about how she wants to do a song about marriage, kids, and community. And we already know the twins ain't gonna like this. They not married, they ain't got no kids, and they don't want to sing about no community. Now, I don't know if they have kids, but I don't think either of them are married. But anyway, I digress. We go to scene 2, and we have studio time. So with the studio comes drama, always. So it's just always a problematic experience. I don't know why these girls can't just get in the studio and sing like singers do. But we have Felicia and Fallon, who have wrote a song called Bird's Eye View, and I'll give them their credit. We got a glimpse of their talent as far as songwriting in this episode, and they do seem to be skilled in that aspect and singing, so I do have to give them credit when it's due, whether we like them or not. So we hear this song, and I honestly don't know why the hell they decided to present this song to the other girls when it becomes clear very fast that they want to be the only 2 on the song. But I don't know. At this point, it seems like they're using the show for studio time because they don't want to be a part of no group for real. Then we go to scene 3. And they end up having a little moment in the studio, which Maisha is absent for. The whole episode, it seems like, not Maisha, I'm so sorry. Sorry to that woman. Misha is absent for MIA, and quickly we learned that throughout this episode, Misha's gonna be MIA. So then we got the messy twins in the freaking confessionals talking about divide and conquer, and I'm like, what happened to the vision board? We was just all in this together, and now we divide and conquer. This is why I can't mess with y'all, because it's the one thing in front of these women's faces, and y'all being sneaky in the confessionals. So then the girls decide that they want to split the studio time, so that way, they can do the songs they want to do with the people they want to do them with, and then the girls can do their songs about their kids, their marriages, and their communities, and that should be a happy medium for everybody. But everybody has to be on 3 songs, so y'all gonna have to be in that studio together, whether y'all divide and conquer or not. Then we get to the next scene, and the producers come, and we have Cosign come in, and he's talking about he smells productivity. And I'm like, Misha must have smelled something different, because within 5 minutes of them being in that studio, honey, she all of a sudden gets sick. And this is where my conflict with Misha comes in, because you always have a chip on your shoulder. Every single episode, you want to prove this, you've done this, you have these accolades, you can sing, and blah, blah, blah. But when it's time to show up, you never do. When it's time to show up, we can't find you. When it's time to show up, you in your room sleep. And now it's time to show up, you're conveniently sick. How convenient. But I digress. So the producers leave. They're like, they ain't say it, but I imagine they was like, we don't have time for this. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. They leave. Once again, the girls end up vibing in the studio without Misha. They have a song called Talking. Nivea sounding great on it. It sounds like it was literally written for her. They're vibing, they're flowing. And even Misha's sister has to point out, sometimes I feel like maybe I am holding myself back because I am so loyal to my sister. And I am so quick to back her. Maybe so. So then we go to scene 5. And the next morning, Pam is working with Aaliyah, the choreographer, on her dancing. And this I have to applaud her for, because she even notes, I don't catch on to these dance moves as fast as I used to. And that's what you do. When you haven't practiced something for a while and you learn that, hey, I might have fell off on this a little bit, you do the work to get back to where you once were. You don't do like Misha and not do shit to change it, but complain about how you could change it and what you could do. That's the difference, a big difference. And so then we have Keely, the twins, and Aubrey in the studio, and everyone else is MIA. So Keely is supposed to go and gather the other girls, but homegirl just goes in the kitchen, gets a coat, and comes back. And I really have to wonder, like, did she literally not do anything to the point where she couldn't even go round them girls up? Or is this the edit that the producers are giving her for the sake of us carrying on this narrative that Keely does absolutely nothing? Either way, it's funny. So somehow she thinks that when she comes back, she can go back into this conversation about how she should be queen, because then she could delegate things and then she'll make people listen to her because she's the queen and they have to. And Aubrey's not having it, and no one else is. Keely, no one's voting for you. Just stop trying to make that happen. You're not it. They're not voting for you. So then we go to scene 6, or this is just how I labeled it, but this is the next scene. Everyone finally wakes up, and once everyone is in the studio, they're singing. They even get Misha on board, get Misha on the track and have her sounding, at least decent, to where it can be suited for the track. Everybody's vibing. It's a good time. For once, we have a studio scene with no drama. And then we have Pam. Pam doesn't want to sing the song because they say ho in the chorus, and she doesn't want to call women hoes. I think she just wants us to forget that she used to have all the hoes. Like, Pam, if you wanted to be in a gospel group, if you wanted to be a gospel singer, you should not have came here. This was not the show for you. This is not the group for you. Go home. So then we have the next scene, and it is time to vote for the queen. And Nivea is in her confessional, and she points out the fact that she is the only one in the house that hasn't been in the group, but she is the only one that's not acting out of self and doing everything for herself and motivated with her intentions and being essentially a solo act. And I have to say, I agree with that, with the exception of maybe Shamari, because I don't think she's been problematic, really. Pam, to me, is only an issue because she has so many restrictions of what she wants to do, what she's willing to say, what she won't say. So yeah, I'll say not Pam. I'll say Nivea and Shamari. So then they ended up voting Aubrey for the queen, and I'm just like, y'all done fucked up. Like, to me, I don't know if she's gonna do something to prove what I'm saying, but in my head, I wouldn't have wanted Aubrey as the queen. So then we have the twins realizing that they lost Misha and Irish's fouls for the song that they did. And it is ironic. I don't know how everyone else has made it fine, but Misha and Irish's didn't. But I'ma just say it was an honest accident, and they just want them to come in and redo the track. Like, it's not like they lost it conveniently and then didn't even mention it and just left them off the track. So I can say maybe it was honestly an accident, because why would they want to put themselves through Misha and Irish in the studio again for any longer than they have to? So then they're having dinner, and once again Misha has a lot to say because she feels slighted. She feels like it was intentional, the foul being removed or not making it. So she decides to bring it up, and I don't know, Misha just gets on my nerves because at this point all you do is talk. You don't sing really, you don't dance really, You don't contribute to the group, really, but you always have a lot to say. Like, I know that the twins ain't it. They get on our nerves. They contribute to a lot of drama and they say a lot of shit that I just don't think they should say. But Misha, you give them a lot of ammunition and I can only partially blame them. So, Shamari in her confessional says that Misha has the right to be upset and she has the right to write. Then why doesn't she do it? No one has said Misha don't write. No one said, Misha, we don't want you to write a song. They're literally telling her to do it, and she literally does not do it. For what reasons, we don't know. She's sick. But I digress. So then we have Nivea once again laughing because they're all together again, and it's once again a shit show. And that's all she can do. Even in her confessional, she says, you know, everyone just has to find their place in the group. And she's found her place. And her place is laying back and laughing. Because what else can you do? Like, these girls cannot get along for more than 10 seconds. They cannot get in the studio like they're supposed to. They cannot do these tracks like they're supposed to. Some people want to do it together, some people don't. So I would be laughing too. So then we have Aubrey trying to settle them down from all the arguing because I guess she thought they was really going to listen to her. And what we finally realized is the twins didn't really want Aubrey to be the queen because they just wanted her to be the queen. They wanted her to be the queen because they thought that she was going to have their side no matter what. And as soon as she did not, they turned on her ass too. What did you expect? And now all of a sudden Aubrey is not here for the twins. And I'm like, these bitches is wishy-washy as the laundromat. Like, y'all don't know who y'all like, who y'all want to work with, what y'all want to do, if y'all want to be one group, if y'all want to be two, if it's divide and conquer, or is it unity. Y'all don't know. So then we have one of the twins, I don't remember which one it is, saying she feels unappreciated. And baby, all I could hear was church. And so then we have Fallon calling out Misha. And Misha just has it. She goes into her room. She's done with it. She's going off on the camera. She's saying she doesn't even need to go in the confessional. She's just going to say what she got to say right then and there. And then she says she wants to go home. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go again. If they can do them struggling ass vocals on the show, then I can do my struggle vocals right here because I'm tired of it. Misha, it's the same thing. Every episode, you are wondering if you should go home, and the answer is yes. Stop calling this girl back. Stop telling her that it's okay and that the twins are wrong when they're not wrong all the time. Misha, like, you got to do better or you got to go home. Then the episode ends with Nivea saying, this is disappointing, just like this wine. And I just, like, you gotta love Nivea. Like, she's literally the comedic relief. She's literally the highlight of a lot of these episodes so far. And she's literally there to lay and laugh, and I appreciate her for it. I don't know what's about to come next episode with Aubrey being the queen. I'm sure there's going to be drama. I'm sure we're going to have another studio blow up. And I'm sure we're going to have another argument with the twins and just about everybody in the house. So if y'all want to see that and y'all want to hear my review for it, just make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next review.